Hello, New Orleans. It's been a busy 24 hours. As you know, I spent 3 hours in court yesterday. Pretty huge waste of my time. I'm going to get into that in a second, but I thought it'd be important for us to do a breakdown of what happened yesterday. So the mayor ambushed the council with a TRO seeking to block us from enforcing the travel ban that we had. It was a little jarring, to be honest, because the mayor did not veto the travel ban. Now, that's important because in the charter, the mayor has very distinct authority. So as the council, we pass a law. She can veto the law. We can have a debate and override or not override the law. The mayor didn't choose to do that. That process, ladies and gentlemen, is free. If the mayor vetoes an ordinance, that's free. If we have a hearing that you can attend as a constituent, as whoever, that's free. Said she hired 4 high-priced lawyers to fight the law rather than oppose it the legal way through the charter. Now, that's dumb, but let's fast forward. So, TRO hearing. A TRO is a temporary restraining order. It's part of a process to block someone from doing something. You have a TRO, you have a preliminary injunction, then you have a hearing on the merits. So the TRO was the first part. What's very interesting in this is that after myself and the lawyer for the council sat in a judge's chamber for 3 hours to make our argument on the TRO, after waiting 3 hours being told we'd have an argument, the judge spontaneously granted the TRO and didn't allow any argument. That's interesting because with a TRO, you're not allowed to make filings to oppose it because you're ambushed with it. In my 21 years as a lawyer, I've never been in a courtroom ready to argue a TRO, which I'd been ambushed with, and not allowed to make that argument. Now you're asking, well, why is that important? It's important because if you don't put the argument on the record, if you don't lay out and make a judge acknowledge the arguments you're making, you can't appeal it. And so basically by the judge granting the TRO without allowing argument, she prevented the council from putting a coherent appeal of that TRO. So our next hearing on that will be March 28th in front of Judge Cates. Now, let's go to the next part. Why this TRO happened? Well, as you know, the mayor traveled illegally to Yale. Now, on its face, the travel was illegal, regardless of the mayor's contention in her weird press release, which is attached below. She says it's reimbursable. Now, to be clear, reimbursable means your tax dollars went to pay for the trip with the promise that Yale would reimburse it. But with the information we got on Monday, that gets a little murky. First off, the documents will be attached below as well. Yale is very specific that the reimbursement of lodging is tied to staying at the hotel that they pick, and that you have to respond by a certain date, and that is limited. Instead, so that was that was the complimentary hotel accommodations at the Yotel, Washington, D.C. Got to respond by a certain date, 2 days, possibly reimbursed at their hotel. The mayor stayed at the Hotel Washington. Now, first off, on its face, that's problematic because at these conventions, if you don't stay at the right hotel, they're not going to reimburse you. But it gets a little even weirder than that. The Yale conference is 2 days. The mayor stayed for 4 days. So even in a universe, let's say Yale says, you know what, mayor, you traveled up here, you went to our conference for 2 days, we're going to reimburse that. There are 2 days here that are unaccounted for that are paid for with your taxpayer dollars. As you see from the press release attached below, the mayor says her exclusive reason for traveling to DC was to go to this Yale conference. So why the other 2 days? Now, it's important because if the mayor is going to continue to argue that we are broke, we have no money, we can't afford to do things like pay the schools the money they're owed, to pay for security for our children and our teachers, why is she hanging out in luxury hotel accommodations and hiding that from all of us? I mean, that doesn't seem to make sense. So you couple the fact that she obviously broke the law, she hid from us how much she broke the law, and then she hired 4 high-priced lawyers to scurry over at the last minute to try and retroactively undo the law she broke. It just is very confusing. It's very interesting, and we're not done getting to the bottom of this. But I want to reiterate to everyone out there that just remember, We passed the ban. She could have vetoed the ban for free, could have had a hearing for free. And rather than do the things to save your dollars, she spent thousands of dollars hiring 5 high-priced lawyers to waste all of our collective time and to continue to authorize her ability to fly wherever the hell she wants. That ain't right.